Alright, this tutorial is going to accompany our lesson on creating a flat pattern in Autodesk Inventor. Specifically, we're going to create a sheet metal part, and this goes along with our Ship-a-Chip project. I'm going to jump right into Inventor. A little different process here at the beginning this time. I've already have Inventor running. This time, instead of creating a part or an assembly, I'm going to go up to the top ribbon here, and I'm going to click the word New, so that I get this dialog box that pops up, and I want to create a sheet metal part for the first time. So I'm going to do that and click Create, and you'll notice when I do that the ribbon is slightly different, and for the first time we've got a sheet metal tab. Otherwise the process begins exactly the same way. I'm going to create a 2D sketch on my XY plane. I want to work up here in the upper left hand quadrant where I want to start the creation of my rectangle. Move my mouse to towards the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Please note I did not click the mouse but one time. I only clicked once. And now I'm going to enter some dimensions. I know that I want this thing to be 3 inches long this way. I'm going to press the tab key, and I want it to be 2 inches long the other direction. Again, press the tab key and then depress the enter button. If I now zoom out with the red wheel on my mouse, you'll notice that I've got a rectangle. It's a little off center, so I'm going to take the time to add some sketch dimensions. Sketch dimension. I want to go from this yellow dot, which is my origin, to the upper line here. And you'll notice currently that's 0.429 inches. I want that to be 1 inch. The reason for that, of course, is that this dimension is 2, half of which is 1. So now it's centered up and down on the screen. Now I want a dimension from the yellow dot to, let's say, the right-hand side of the rectangle. Half of 3 inches, of course, is 1.5 inches. So I'll hit enter, and now the yellow dot's in the center of my sketch. I'll finish the sketch, and I'll zoom out with the red wheel on my mouse. Again, notice that we have a sheet metal tab. Notice that we don't have extrude. Now we have the word face. If you don't see that, you did something wrong. You're going to have to start over. You probably didn't create a sheet metal part. So I'll click the face button here. Whoops, sorry. And I will basically tell the computer, okay, I want you to extrude that sketch that I have. Click apply, cancel, and now I'm going to add something called a flange. Okay, so I'm going to take a second to show you that this face has upper edges. Let me zoom in some more. It has lower edges, and it has a side. Okay, I want to be very careful that when I create flanges, I'm picking this upper edge once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. And I'll just hit apply to that. Okay. Now, what you'll notice is if I use my view cube, I can kind of rotate around and see it. I can create what's called a flat pattern of that. And this is what the stretch out. This is what I'd have to cut out of a piece of sheet metal to fold up that object. Okay. So I'm going to fold the part back up, and I'm going to make one little adjustment, and that's right here in my sheet metal defaults. I'm going to uncheck the button that says use thickness from rule, and I'm going to change the thickness to 0.010 and apply it. And when I do that, you notice that on the edge here I've got a very, very small gap. 0.010 happens to be about the thickness of the paper that we're going to use. This is half of the box that we have to create. And now I'm going to save this as chip box. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go to the file menu. I'm going to go to new again. And this time I'm going to create a standard drawing. Into the standard drawing, as soon as it loads here, I am going to right click on sheet 1 and edit that sheet to B size. And then I'm going to create a base view. And that base view is going to be my flat pattern, full scale of my chip box. Say OK. and I'm going to do it again. Base view, flat pattern of my chip box. I'll use my mouse to move it over here to the side so they don't overlap one another, and I'll click OK. I've now completely finished the assigned task. These dotted lines show you where the part will be bent. The solid lines show you where the part will be cut. And if you can complete that, you would have successfully finished the assigned project for today. Thank you.